Hey, welcome to NMX Live.
What's up, guys?
It's the special today, guys.
Oh.
It's a before you do your taxes special. We want you guys to get educated, ask y'all questions, and listen to the tax professional today. You know, guys, it was the weekend. Tuesday.
24th.
Today, Tuesday, after the signing party, really fun at the signing party. We gonna do our intro, and then we gonna bring Magic Tax Service tax expert Adrena Ellis in. All right.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep...
Hello. Welcome back, you guys. It's in the mix, and we are doing a special today. It is before you do your taxes special. We want you to get some education and ask some questions and the do's and don'ts and everything else she has to offer and give to you guys. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh my God. Well, this is Jimmy the Real here. You know, you can't forget me, baby. Whenever we talk about money, I'm in it. I'm just saying.
He's so silly.
Guess, I'd like for you to introduce yourself, mate.
Your name, ma'am, and your business.
Okay, I'm sorry. My name is Adrena. My name is Adrena, and I'm with Magic Tax Service. And I'm here to educate you guys on, give you not even Hello?
Yep,
Yeah, go ahead.
I could be. Oh, okay. It's out. Somebody was like, cut. Like I was going. Okay, so I'm here just to let y'all know. This nigga get on my nerve. He get on my nerves, y'all. But I'm here just to let you guys know that this test season has really changed. The IRS was so generous last year, but before I go there, I just want to give y'all some background on me. I started doing taxes in 2014. Actually, it was way before that I was doing taxes. I was just doing it when it was paper, and I was writing it up, doing returns by hand and mailing them to the IRS before I was even hip to electronic filing. So, saying that to say that.
I thought, man,
Yeah,
you gotta have charge people a lot of money for that.
Huh?
I said you was mailing them old school. I know that cost a lot of money. I wouldn't do that.
No, it was just a stamp. I mean, you buy a book of stamps, and if I had like the whole city coming to me, it was a couple people I was doing, but it wasn't too expensive. But saying that to say that, of course, as time got more modern, I ended up taking the class for. I went to Liberty Tax Service. I took a class there so that I can get my people more money. I was hearing that the people that I was doing taxes wouldn't get as much as these people who was going to not TurboTax, Liberty. So I went to Liberty Tax Service to get educated on what to do. Within that first month of me actually being on the floor in the office doing taxes, I got promoted to office manager. And all this happened within a month. So at the end of the season, we was getting bonuses. I got a bonus of almost $7,000. So I figure if they gonna give me a bonus for $7,000, how much money did I really make them? So I did some investigating on my own, seeing what was, the cost into doing taxes, and I learned how to basically open up my own office in my off season, and I grew a passion doing that. Just it wasn't even really about the money. It was because those people at Liberty, they just looked at y'all like y'all was a dollar sign. I looked at y'all like y'all was my peeps, and I wanted to make sure that you was getting the best, the bang for your money, more the max return. By all means necessary, that's legal. I'm gonna get you the most money I possibly can. So saying that to say that I'm opening up my own test legally, yeah. Cause and y'all gonna see why I say legally, cause there's a lot of illegal stuff going on, and people that hit me with, well, I went over here and such got me 10,000. I only had one dependent. Oh, that wasn't legal. Something happened, and you may not get caught, but the IRS ordered you 3 to 5 years after your return has been filed, and you will get your money. They'll give you your 10,000, and you'll be having fun. You'll be splurging, spending your money. But then that IRS send you that letter talking about you owe that 10,000 because you wasn't entitled to the credits that they put on your return. Then that's your problem. Now I'm not. It's not. I'm not gonna make it my problem trying to get you 10,000 with one dependent. So sorry, not sorry. But saying that to say that I grew a passion doing taxes. I treat everybody return like it was my own return. And I stay up, like I work hard. I ain't gonna point no fingers, and I ain't gonna, point no elbows or nothing. But it was somebody who was like, I ain't gonna file because I don't never get nothing. I always owe the IRS. I always do this, and I don't get this. And that person got, I ain't gonna, say too much, but they got a racket back. That ain't saying too much, and they was
Wait,
happy.
I
It
was
was
asking the
somebody
question.
who wants to send it. Go ahead, let me hear you.
Man,
Right, because I know
right,
my
right.
tax return be horrible. I don't have kids. Maybe I should start thinking about planting seeds in everybody so I can have them for tax season. I don't know, but
No,
I don't have kids. I was working a lot, so that it was just like that. I was getting screwed either way. So I was like, man, please, I'm not filing taxes no more.
I think that I'm not playing no C's, like just for some taxes there, because the rest of the year they cost.
That ain't my problem. That's their problem.
absolutely. That little money ain't even worth it. No,
Right.
not with the headaches. And these kids getting expensive now. These kids want doggone expensive stuff. So,
That's that prime
yeah,
send
saying
off.
that this, huh?
That's the prime send off. Next this year, I'm
Oh,
expecting to see people come falling out of the helicopter and landing on their
yeah,
car like
I already know it's gonna be some helicopter send off. By the time my grandbaby get in school, I mean, graduated, I'm not gonna be able to afford it. I'm gonna have to been ahead a bunch of test offices open to be able to afford his prime send off. Yep. So,
okay. So
I'm gonna tell y'all. Go ahead. Y'all breaking up so bad. I don't know when y'all really talking to me. Can y'all hear me?
are we moving right now?
I
Is
I
it,
hear you. Okay, now I can hear you.
are we moving?
Yeah, it looked like we all animated.
I told her to pause. It's okay.
Oh my god.
we good. We good. It's good. I'm watching
Okay,
it
we good
live. It's
now.
good. Yeah, we good. I'm watching it live.
Okay, so
We're okay. So question: how many years do it take you to file? Like, say if I miss 1 year, say I didn't file last year because life was just busy and complicated. Can I still file this year, or I gotta file last year first and then file this
okay, so in cases like that, you can file this year, but what we cannot guarantee you that the IRS is not going to send you a letter. I sound real loud. I went live too, and I sound super loud in my other ear, so my bad, y'all. I can't. We can't guarantee. This is the only way that I can hear y'all is if I'm on loud on my live. I can't hear y'all. So give me a minute. Okay. Yes. I'm back, y'all. So um. I can't guarantee that the IRS is not going to send you a letter and tell you that you have to file prior year. It's been some cases when people say that they haven't filed last year and not filed this year for them, and they will get their money. But it's been some cases. I think it was with you a couple years ago. If I'm not mistaken, they told you couldn't file your
That was
taxes
like
until you
5 years.
filed the year before.
Exactly 5 years. Yeah, I didn't file. I remember. But yeah, they went back exactly 5 years on me. And we just made that mark. I had to go back. I had to file for that. Right. I remember we had to do all of that, and I ended up getting something back even from that though. That was the weird part.
Yeah, because he had this that work magic on tax returns work his crap, and she worked it.
So can you give some people some of the what are some of the key things that you look for when doing taxes?
Okay, so the keys is the first thing in order to file a return, you got to have a valid ID. So I'm looking to make sure that your ID is not expired. I'm looking to make sure that your ID is not altered in any kind of way. Your W-2s, whatever papers that you give me for your income, I got to make sure that I'm not going to be sitting up there looking through it with a magnifying glass to make sure that it's good. But what I am going to do is make sure that if the IRS look at it, it's not going to be obviously fraudulent. So I'm gonna make sure that it's not doctored or altered up in any type of way. But for the most part, I'm just looking for somebody that's 25 to 65 with income, any kind type of income to file your tax return. A lot of people don't think that they can't file a return. If you did here, a lot of things can um sacrifice for income. I did a tax return on somebody who was just panhandling, who was just asking for money. They made money, so they was entitled to pay taxes on that money. I did a tax return on somebody who, if you work, if you work, you can claim a tax return. Whatever you do, babysit, anything that brought money into your pockets, you can claim taxes and you can file taxes. I've ran into a couple people who was letting somebody else claim their kids because they didn't work and they didn't think that they can file a tax return. But when I just got to talking and conversing with them, they realized that shoot, they did babysit and made a couple dollars every now and then. That was income.
Okay. Have you ever heard
So
of somebody saying, well, the reason I get pregnant a lot, there's some people out there like 10 kids. I know one of my family members. Uh, do they use that as a reason to like get a higher tax return?
I hope not, because I'm not the one to tell that. Because I'm cool as ever, you know what I'm saying. And I will tell you, you're a damn fool to sit up here and have these kids just for a tax return. Because with the IRS, they keep changing. You're only getting $2,000 credit, if that, for a kid. So you get a tax return, $5,000, $6,000, one or two dependents, and then at the end of the once that money is gone, because what they gonna do? Pay some bills off, buy a car, do the norms. After that's all over, they got to still deal with this kid. So that'll be. Don't tell me that, please.
Right. So how do that work anyway with the using other people's kids? Because I feel like some
Okay.
kids I take care of. Can I claim a kid?
Okay. So no, back in the day, the IRS was real generous and loose with everybody. Everybody was claiming everybody kid. Hey, let me claim your kid. Let me claim your kid. People was really selling their kids. Like people who didn't think that they could claim a return was selling their kids to get $1,000. So saying that to say that the IRS has really cut down. That's why the IRS is not. Even though the IRS opened yesterday, they're not processing returns until mid-February. It's law now. Last couple of years, it became law because they want to make sure that the kid that's on every return is actually the taxpayer kid. You got to be either a child of the taxpayer, a cousin that lived with the taxpayer for 12 months, um, a brother, sister. It's got to be a close relations, and you got to be able to prove that that is your kid. So when people come to me and say they want to claim their cousin kid, can you prove that you're a cousin? Because the IRS is going to look at that return and see that this person ain't claimed this kid before. So don't get caught up with that. Let me claim your
So
kid
I,
type because it'll hold your whole return up.
so I can't claim my girlfriend kids no more.
No, sir. You cannot claim your girlfriend kids unless you guys are married.
Well, it's time for them to move out my damn house.
But you got to get her out of there. I mean, you can't even claim her.
Damn, really?
If we can keep for tax purposes, she got to roll, baby.
Dang. Taxes are getting really serious there.
Yeah, and it's because
I
there's so
need help with.
much fraudulent activities.
So okay. What about people? Okay, so a lot of people are doing businesses, or making doing their own businesses and the pop up shops, correct? So how do that go for a person that make their income making pop ups all year? Is it something that how did it? Because how you prove the money that they said they made?
Okay, so you can't actually prove that income, and because I'm not the IRS police, I can only believe what you tell me. If you come to me and you say, "Well, Adrena, I made S amount of dollars, and this is what I spent in expenses," I'm going to give you a if you because most people come to me, they already have the income and expense log. I'm going to give you an income and expense log for self-employed clients and have them fill it out, and then I'm going to enter what you gave me on that sheet into the system. You got to have your receipts when the IRS comes to you and ask you, like, look, I don't believe you made that amount of money. I don't think you made that amount of money. So let me get the receipts. Let me get your bank statements or whatever. For the most cases, the income and expense log that I give you guys, give my clients, is usually good enough for the IRS because it's very detailed and it shows that you've been keeping notes.
Okay. So I need to look at those and see how I can make work that for me.
Right. Because when I look at that stack of paper that y'all be dealing with, I look key. I don't often get this thing, but I start getting a little slight anxiety. Like it's too much paperwork. I don't know what this word means. That's why I asked for the basics and logistics of it, because I don't know. It's very interesting. You have a passion for this.
Yeah, I grew up
That's a lot of
passionate. At
paperwork.
first, I was scared. Yeah, and a return, believe it or not, a normal return is like over 100 sheets. So when people be like, "Can you print my return?" No, ma'am, no, sir. What I can do is print the parts that you need. So I can
That's
email it to
crazy.
you.
Yeah, print that boy out
Yeah.
FedEx or something.
That's scary. Crazy.
When I first started, I didn't know that a return was that big, and I printed it, and I'm like, "What the heck? I am not about to print 128 pages."
Oh wow. So what about all of this stuff now? What about these PP loans that I missed out on, and the and all this extra money the government was giving out? How is that affecting our taxes this year?
Okay, so the PP loans, I don't think that's more so affecting your loan. I'm not even quite sure if that really have anything to do with the IRS itself with the tax returns. Of course, if they gave you that money, they want you to file the money on they want you to file the money. So they might if they send you if they send you something in the mail, a tax form for the if they send you a tax form for the PPP, you better give it to your tax preparer and claim it. But um it has nothing to do with actually filing your taxes. But what it did affect is the IRS was so damn generous last year. They gave so much money. They were just giving out money. You get money. You get money. You sit on your ass and you get 1,500 every 2 weeks. So somebody got to pay that money back. Okay. So last year they was giving out $3,600 a kid. So I did a return last year. This young lady was able to claim and get credit for all five of her kids. Usually it's been no more than three kids you could get credit for. So last year they let them claim up to five kids or as many. The highest I claimed was five. So her return, y'all, was $14,000
Hey,
this
where she
year.
at? Did she do
Man,
it? Yeah,
man, and
Oh,
this year, look, y'all ain't on y'all way, are y'all?
yeah.
man.
We need a second
Look
for
at
that
hold on.
one.
Look, so this year, that same return, I entered the same information I entered last year, the kids and everything, and I can barely get that return $7,000. I could barely get 7,000. It was a little over 6,000 that I was able to get off that same return that I entered all the information in, the same exact information. What happened was you're not allowed to claim all those kids. There only is back to pre-COVID, so they only giving you credit for three children this year.
Only three.
Yeah,
So
she
you
said
got some.
work the numbers. That's what I do. But look, they only
Look,
give you
you
credit
got
for three
the rest
kids.
of the kids, huh? How many Colorado they don't got more than three kids if they want to spell their kids?
Okay, so what happened on the? I'm gonna tell you what happened. So happens her sister live in a house with her, and they share expenses of the house. Of course, only one person can do head of household, but because the sister live in the house and they are like blood sisters, they got the same mom on the birth certificate. It can prove that she could claim the other two kids. So the sister is going to claim the other two kids this year, which is all the money still staying in the house.
That's smart.
But I wouldn't recommend like my baby 18, so I don't even get a credit for him this year. And she my best friend, so I was like, I could have grabbed the other two, but I ain't even about to mess around. I'm scared.
I
Now
got
that's the thing. I am scared of that.
I better stop this calling these 18-year-olds y'all babies.
Oh, he'll be so mad. He'll be so mad, but that's my baby. That's my baby.
You better stop calling me your baby. I'm not baby.
So I am scared of that though with the IRS. I don't want to do anything illegal because I don't want anything to come back on me. I don't feel like messing around with the IRS. And, you know, the IRS to take it down more criminals than the government can. So,
Bro, for real. They
so
mob.
I don't
So,
want to mess with the IRS. I don't even want to be on their radar.
You know, the other thing I'm scared to deal with is like lawyer stuff and the courts.
wait,
There's
say it
so much
again.
paper. Huh? Which one?
The court. He's
Oh
still a
yeah,
lawyer,
yeah.
so
I don't like to deal with the courts and the IRS stuff. That's two things I don't like. I don't want no smoke because you gotta
Oh
know
no,
so
I don't play
much.
with them either.
yeah, it's just. I
They,
mean,
they
I don't
dictionary
think
is
it's worth
crazy.
it. I just don't think it's worth it. You get an instant gratification, but then you got to worry about it later on. I don't got
Yeah,
time for that.
yeah. They be watching you
Yeah,
too, boy. This person
yeah. So I
filed.
done seen somebody
They back.
actually get their money and was really happy they got a
Oh,
hell of a lot of money from the IRS. And when it all boiled down, the IRS sent them a letter stating that they owed that money back because their credits were disallowed.
So
Okay,
let me
so
ask you a question.
did this? Go ahead.
What happens if your previous tax preparer fucked up and messed up the church's money,
and you can't get in
and
contact with her.
you can't get back in contact with them? What do you do, and what do you
Well,
suggest the person?
I suggest you figure out how that person messed up. If you got any letters from the IRS, I suggest you take it to somebody who can possibly help. I might can help. I'm not saying I can, but I mean, here I am if you need some help. But I can look over it. I work with artists too. I work with IRS artists, so I can show you what you need to do. I can show you if it's tell you if it's anything you can do, and I'll even help, could be on the phone when you call the IRS, so we can make sure we asking the correct questions to get to the bottom of this. But for the most part, the IRS.gov is pretty good at getting your transcripts so you can see you can match up whatever it was. But the thing about that is when you did that tax return, it was your job as a client to look over that return before you signed it. So if you noticed anything that was not correct on that return, you might have, should have said something. But don't, it's still a way around to talk to the IRS. IRS just want you to talk to them. The old tax preparer, look, Mr. IRS, I was going to go back to them and figure this out, but they are nowhere around. Can you help me figure it out? What should I do? Any recommendations? The IRS even have a building downtown Detroit that you can make an appointment to go into to see.
Oh wow.
Somebody said they need my help. www.magictaxservice.com. You can go there, book a free 30-minute consultation, and okay, so I'm hearing me in my ear in one ear, and I'm talking out the other. It's slow, so
I
let's.
was wondering, you look like you was listening to something too. I was like,
I
what
was
is he
waiting on.
probably feeding her lies? You look like you was just saying lies.
I was waiting on me to finish talking over here. But yeah, but again, that website is www.magictaxservice.com. Go there, book a 30-minute free tax consultation, and I'll be more than glad to help you. If you want to just call in, you can call. The number is 623-900-1101.
Okay, so question on that here, because what about people who like I get involved in different stuff, right? Like, okay, I didn't think about this. Like, I was gambling a little bit. How much do you have to win in order to actually have to claim it in the government and not get penalized?
Okay, I want to say whatever it is, the IRS is going to send you. I mean, not the IRS, the gambling people, whoever you want the money from. I'm sure you get your information, your address, email address, and stuff. They're gonna send you a test form. It's called a 1099-G. And if you have to claim it, you will get it. But if you give me a minute, I will go and find the exact number.
Okay, because so so technically, when everybody say, "Oh, tax season started now," like yesterday opened. However, I didn't get all my papers in from my different places that keep saying, like me gambling at the casino. I gotta wait for them to send me that, right? And then I gotta wait for
Yeah.
my job W-2. Then I gotta wait for what is Cash App sending out money on the 1099 now?
Okay, so to answer your question, if you win over $600, you have to claim that you will get a W-2G.
Yes, I'm good. It was only 250.
Yeah, so if it ain't over 600, you don't have to claim that. And as far as the Cash App demo, it was a big saying that anything over $600, the IRS was going to send. I mean, not the IRS, that those vendors was going to have to send you a form called 1099-K. They canceled that as anything over $1,000. So if you got any payments on any one of those platforms that was over $1,000, you have to pay that. I mean, you will have to pay taxes on it.
Oh, okay. Well, see, look, this I feel way better now because I my you know me, I'm like, shoot, do I got claim this, do I got claim that?
Oh my
I
god!
because I told you I don't mess with the IRS. I don't play that. I be scared.
They
So I
are
want to
low
make
key.
sure.
I don't play with the IRS either. They scares me.
They move crazy.
It,
So okay, so that's good. Anything over 600 from the casinos is allowed to claim. Anything over
okay,
a thousand
because of
dollars.
COVID. Yeah, I'm gonna just tell y'all because of COVID, some of the standard deductions amounts increased because it had to adjust with the cost of living.
Right.
So you'll be like, "Oh, that's a good thing. It increased." But sadly, it increased and it affects certain returns. Every return is not the same, so you got to still is on an individual basis on how it affects your return. So I said that to say because I've heard some people say, "Shoot, I went over there." So we have me and Roger goes to the tax preparer. We got the same situation. We work. We got W-2s. We got W-2s. We got two dependents. Roger get $5,700 back. I get $6,300 back. It depends on, and there's nothing the tax preparer did. She entered the information. It was just certain stuff that the IRS look at. I haven't been able to figure out exactly what it is when it get entered into the software, But every situation, every tax situation is different. There's no two situations that's alike. So there's no two people that's going to get about the same amount of money, no matter what you do.
I don't know who.
I'm so sorry.
It
I'm
may be
sorry. I'm sorry.
it may be
Roderick, my
with her.
on the way.
That must be somebody with her
I
cat.
got
You
yeah.
have to,
It was
you don't
somebody
have
on
to say your cat,
my
okay?
yeah. Dang, my
But one
bad. You know I'm real
one thing
bad at
that
that.
one thing that baffles me and that makes me I'll be laughing every year I hear this is when the rich people say, uh, I shouldn't have to pay $3,000, $4,000 back. Bro, you make 150K a year or 100K a year. And I think that's silly. Like, bro, you what's 3,000 to you, dog? But
Right.
um,
So it's in a way, some way, somewhat. It's not really fair because it's not fair, and I say that because they put you in different tax brackets, and I had that up. That's what I was looking over here for. But they put you in different tax brackets. So if you make a little bit of money, you get a whole lot back in taxes. If you made a little money, you didn't put that much into taxes. So I feel like everything that if I was rich, I manifest. When I get rich, I'm gonna I entitled to pay my share of taxes, but I don't want to be put into a different bracket because I'm making more money. If that makes sense, like
Yeah, that actually does make sense because I know for certain for me being single and no kids, if I work, depending on my work, they always put me up to the next tax bracket. That irritates me because I be like, wait, why?
right,
Well,
and
you
they
want me to work
and
less?
with no
I don't
kids,
want you
you lower
to
your
do
EIC, so you don't even get a. You only get allowed what almost like $500 EIC credit. I think it's $468 for EIC credit. Let me see. No, $560 with no kids for an EIC. A person with one kid get $3,733.
See how unfair that is? That make me want to go out and just screw somebody. I don't care who it is.
No,
Nobody.
no, because Judas, it'll be just your luck. You pick a broad who wants. She greedy. She wants the tax money, and she wants you to take care of the kid, and she wants the tax money. So don't do it.
Oh, I got
your
something.
Don't
pockets,
do it.
I
man.
got something for her.
You want your pockets?
I got something for her. You
You
heard
ain't
of
got
Dwayne?
no money.
You heard of Dwayne Sam?
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Illusion.
They this year they doing something with anybody who pay interest on their student loans this year. So if you
Why they
pay
cancel
interest on your
it?
student
Oh
loan,
god.
Wait, did they
they
cancel all the
actually
student
did.
debt?
They actually didn't cancel all the student loans. They postponed the program that was supposed to cause the student loans to be canceled. He's so silly. What is wrong with him?
Somebody gotta get some of these comments, man.
It's fresh. It's crazy.
He's on the Illuminati drill.
That's what the
Stop playing before the
IRS is.
Illuminati shut us
I
down.
know, man. Good boy.
The IRS is the Illuminati.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, it's a conspiracy for sure.
So,
But
so,
this year they doing student loan interest, so it's going to be a phase out amount.
so can you break down some of the tax brackets that you feel that's unfair? What's the what amount is it that's unfair?
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me tell you.
I'm curious because when I make the money, I don't hear no problems. I like to know what type of storm I'm gonna go through in the future.
Okay, so here are the other tax brackets for 2023. The lowest tax bracket this year is 12%, and that's for incomes over 11,000.
Damn, I'm in that. Whoa.
Okay, so $44,725 income. That's a 22% tax bracket.
Okay.
If you make 95,375,000, that gives you 24%. 182,000 gives you 32%. I got somebody I'm working with right now, and this is I feel like that is fair. I got somebody I'm working with right now that is like his income is almost $250,000, if not a little over $250,000, and that put his tax bracket at 35%. Yep, and that's 200. That income's over $231,250. 35. So that's damn near half of their income. I mean, yeah, basically damn near half of their income that they got to pay in taxes.
Well, no wonder why they don't be paying their taxes. I wouldn't either.
But
See, I don't
I don't know
like
who did Donald Trump taxes, but for him to get away with only paying 250, what was it, $750 in taxes for all that money, he was good. I paid more in taxes than he did, and I was really upset about that.
That's bad. That's bad when you left office. Fresh said he's the GOAT.
He might, I don't know.
Yeah.
Go.
Hey, hold on. Don't talk about Donald Trump
Oh
now.
my God.
No, I don't want to make this political. I was just saying the fact that on the taxes that he paid, the little amount of taxes he paid on all that long money he got.
Okay, stop hating. He was a president.
The IRS is the Illuminati. He's in it.
Sleeping Joe.
It is, for sure. And then, so, let me see what else I'm going to tell y'all about.
We got history going on in the making. We got our first senile president. Go on to Joe Biden and ask him what day it is. He goes like, they didn't prepare me for that question. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay, so last year you became a kid, 17 to 26 years old, as long as they was in school. A dependent must be under the age of 17 now. So, the child.
So you can't claim your college dependent no more.
You can't do what?
You can't claim your college child no more if they over 18.
If they haven't worked, and that's what I was about to say. The reason why that you can't claim them at 17 because now these 18-year-olds. And I put my boy at prime example. He had to go out and be so independent as soon as he turned 18. The week he turned 18, he wanted to go find jobs. So he turned 18 on Thursday and had a job on Friday. And he made more than enough money for me to claim him. So I can't claim him because he made his own income.
Dang. They are really getting tight now.
Yeah, the people working.
The IRS is really tripping. Yeah, they are really tripping. Well, if they live in your house, okay, so say for instance, if he lived in my house, my boy 18, he made $23,000 for the year. He could have took care of himself. It's nothing. The IRS ain't about to miss his income with mine. They don't know he can't be claimed as a dependent because he made damn near more than I made.
No bills.
And then these kids and the IRS need to take a deeper look at that because these kids, they don't even spend their own money. My 18-year-old, he make money and be having sometimes more money than I do and get mad because I won't buy him a $5 house ready.
I ain't got no comment.
I'm thinking like, wait, he's still a kid. He still got feel.
Yeah, so
this is awesome information, man. Like, it's a lot. Like I said, like with this tax stuff, that's why I'd rather just pay it off than just pay it out every year. Because this is a lot.
Right. And
trying to remember all that.
Right.
I don't know how you do it.
It's real easy. I study all the time. Like I'm always refreshing on everything. If I hear something or somebody on Facebook talk about something happened, I'm going to the IRS website. I have 3 screens, and all 3 of them most likely have the IRS websites up because I'm always looking to learn. I don't want to do your taxes, and you come and tell me like, Adrena, I heard that they did this. I want to be like, yeah, girl, I did hear that too, and blah blah blah. So I like being. I don't want to be the dumb tax preparer, So I make sure I educate myself, and the more I look, shut up, Judas. So the more I look into it,
Person,
but
you
text
know,
I'm off season, I'm
that's gonna be
constantly reading and looking into it. So repetition makes me remember. That's it. I don't just remember. Like now, I had to go back to my computer and pull up the IRS website to make sure I was giving y'all the correct information. Because I don't like people tell me stuff just to be telling me something because they think it sounds good.
Right. Shout outs to y'all, man. Y'all make our lives a lot easier at the end of the year and the beginning of the year. But
yeah, you make these hoes and dummies look like they balling for the first couple of months until we start seeing them
But
reaping the
I ain't
benefits.
mad at them. They deserve it.
what?
This year, I let's encourage people
They take care of
to
kids
make
all year round.
no, no.
They
We got
get
to
up,
have for that.
take them kids to school. They make sure
Use
them
your
kids
tax,
fed.
use your tax money this year to get an LLCs
Start a
and
business,
start
bro.
businesses.
Yeah.
Put things in CDs, savings accounts,
And
stock market. Don't sit money to
you know,
rest. You
but
know
it's
what?
funny that you would. No, Rod. I mean, Judith. It's funny that you would say that, right? It's funny you would say that because I just added bookkeeping. I just added bookkeeping to my line of work so that I can help. Stop saying that. I know. He should have coached me before this. He should have coached me before this. I'm sorry. Okay, so
All right.
yep, I added bookkeeping so that it'll make life much easier. I can incorporate your business. I started doing LLCs this year. So my grandson, he's 5 years old. He has everything, and people want to keep buying material things. I got my grandson his own clothing line incorporated for him. Something that can start now, and he's building credit towards when he get grown. He'll have something to follow, something that was started back then when. So yeah, you're right. I do LLCs. So yeah, people should spend money on LLCs. And somebody told me that CDs and all that was about to be obsolete, but there's other ways to invest money into your children
Wait,
instead of spending all the money.
you have to explain to us what bookkeeping is, because from my imagination, I mind the movies. The bookkeeper are the person that lie about all this illegal stuff that's going on in it, right?
No. So no. So bookkeeping is somebody who is going to make sure. Okay, so I said record keeping for you. Record keeping to help with somebody with the payroll. So I help with payroll. I help you keep your expenses in line. Like I don't like. I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna tell you, oh, don't spend that. I'm not in control of your finances, but I'm gonna make sure your books are balanced to where whatever you spend, if your business is pretty much going under, I'm gonna be able to tell you, and I'm gonna be able to foresee that before because I'm gonna make sure everything that's coming in, everything that's going out, you got enough coming in to cover. So, and then make it to where at the end of the year, a lot of self-employed clients at the end of the year they want to gather everything for taxes. Everything want to get everything together, and that's what makes tax season so stressful because they wait the last minute. But hire me as your bookkeeper, and I'll make sure that that is ready when all through the year. So at the end of the season, when tax season about to begin, all you have to do is hit your computer, have me print this off, and there you go, your expenses and your income. There go your tax return right there. Simple. I'm here to
Okay,
make your life easier.
let me ask you a question. So what if I have a house, and what if I had it insured, and then what if it accidentally blew up? So you was my bookkeeper, so you'll be able to get all my expenses and all that stuff together.
That sounds like a plot. Like you're trying to flip your house.
Jimmy, why would you say that? So you would get all having to see all that.
Okay, so I wouldn't. That is more so of your accounting, who will make sure that she got your receipts to handle the paying the bills and all that. That's not what I do. I'm gonna keep your books intact. I'm gonna make sure everything that came in is accounted for, and I'm gonna make sure everything that goes out is accounted for.
I'm confused because I thought you was the person that do that. Now, wait,
No, no, no.
now
I'm
y'all
not the
watching.
accountant. No, I'm not the accountant. I don't count the money. I don't pay the bills. I don't do all that. You're gonna transfer me over the receipts, or I'm gonna have access to your books, and I'm gonna see. Well, you spent. Okay, so somebody sent in $500 today. I'm gonna put that right here, and on the expenses, that's your income, and I'm gonna make sure that your expenses match that. So my job is to make sure that your income is intact, is counted for, and your expenses is counted for. Meaning that everything is logged. Everything that come in is gonna be your income. Everything that go out is your expenses, and that's all I'm taking care of.
That's easy.
I know, and I was, okay, I was really serious. I was like, I thought that was, and then I watched a lot of mafia movies. So
Oh
that
my
didn't help.
goodness.
Okay, okay, man.
No, no, you're trying to. I got to go to school to be an accountant.
Okay, well, well, go ahead and let everybody know how they can get in touch with you and contact with you and give them your information.
Okay, so most of my clients are from Michigan, so I do have a 313 client base, even though I didn't want to scare you guys with this 623 number that I'm about to give y'all. So if y'all in Michigan, most of y'all probably are listening from Michigan. I do prepare taxes, Michigan, Georgia, Florida, you name it. I work in all 52 states. That's the best thing about it. I have a mobile app that I can send off to you guys. So again, the website is www.magictaxservice.com. The telephone number is 623-900-1101. My Facebook page is Drina Magic Tax Service. Instagram is rare underscore the, then that's DA underscore magic underscore begins. Yep. And let me see. Again, this is where the magic begins.
Okay, so are you able to also track people social security number and pull all their information of where all their income coming from?
Okay, so
Like what?
no, I don't. I'm gonna say I don't personally do that, but I can let you know there is an app that can do that. I just don't do it. It's an app out here for everything.
No, like a real one. Like I mean, I would need the person because I was I was applying for something, and then they brought back came me back and gave me a letter, and on this letter was several different things that they said that I have income in and I'm getting income from, and I have no idea what the fuck is that. I'm like, if I knew that, I would draw money from it. But I know I worked so many years in different play companies and I was buying into stuff, but I don't even know how to track that stuff, how to get that stuff, information on how to get it, all that stuff back because you know things come and
That's
go.
gonna be what you're gonna have to do if you're got income coming in. You're not quite where it's coming from. I mean, you're not quite sure where it's coming from. You, if it's taxable, you can reach out to the IRS and ask the IRS for your transcripts for the last few years, and they will send you a copy of your transcripts. I think you may even be able to request it online. And if the income is taxable, the IRS has a record of it, a transcript of all income. And it's a wonder that the years you filed your taxes, they haven't sent you a letter to say that sent you a letter telling you that there's some income that you haven't filed. I've had a return that the person wanted to file their taxes right away. They did not submit some W-2s to me. I filed the taxes to IRS, adjusted they return. It happened a year, some months later. The IRS adjusted their return with the added the W-2s that they didn't claim in there, and because they did some side work and I added Schedule C to it, that put them over budget. So they end up on because they forgot to add that income. So it's a wonder IRS haven't reached out to you about that income, because if the income is taxable, the IRS know about it.
Is it because maybe I traveled from different states, so it would be because it's several places it could be going. It could be like Seattle, Ohio. It could be from Alaska, Atlanta. So I moved around a lot, and I worked when I moved. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't know where this stuff at. I seen the numbers, and it had these corporate names and stuff on it. But I don't know what the hell it was. When I get my benefits on the job, I just sign that stuff. I'll be paying attention to what it actually is.
Yep. So what you have to do is um, reach out to the IRS or every job. If you sit down to remember what jobs you work, you can log onto their you can log onto their website because they like it's a couple retirement plans. You can start with them and just call, give them your information. Like, look, do I have an account with you guys? Because what it most likely is like probably a 401k, a retirement plan, or something that you opted to.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because one of them was like a benefit health thing. They had over $2,000 in it. They like, so you got to use this. So and then they called me and they sent a letter and said, "Hey, we bought your that company that you got. It's now this name." And then I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." They was like, "Well, you got, well, you want to put this on the stock market?" I'm like, "No, I want to put it on the damn stock market." So then
No,
he sent me a
you need
card.
to get that letter, and that letter that they send you, call and tell them you want to cash your money out because you no longer work for that company. And that's what you should have done right after any job that you quit or don't work for anymore, and you invested into a 401k or any retirement plan. After you get your last paycheck, make sure you ask them to send you your money.
Oh, okay, well, those probably the places there. Yeah, all that stuff coming from.
Yep. So think about any job that you've had that you invested into that 401k.
I told y'all this tax stuff is really complicated.
It is.
So okay, that's cool. I'm glad because I have to start working on that. Yeah, it's more complicated than a woman, I guess. Way more.
No, it's just y'all be thinking too
All right,
much into. I guess because I know too, and y'all worry, and I don't worry where y'all worry at because I know ain't that. I know it's a piece of cake
this
is an
how you
easy.
know it's no. This how you know it's more complicated. Who do more taxes, women or men?
That's actually a really good question.
You see
No,
way more
but
women that taxes on them flyers with their arm crossed like this. I give you more money.
mess with me.
I got the magic stand. Everybody, I'm your new
I'm
tax
your
man.
test preparer. Come on.
And some people got a card coming. Like somebody to do a taxes.
No,
How
but you
the
know
hell would
what?
I give you my
Look,
taxes?
hey, look. When I worked at Liberty Test Service, it was a man that was my biggest competition. I was going neck to neck with this man. He was bringing them in.
Yeah,
He was
man, or was
busting
he a
his
man?
tail.
Oh my god.
You
Huh?
know what? So okay, so I'm sorry. I thought he was a man. he acted like a man. He smelled like a man. Yeah. So, do anybody else have any questions? Is anybody watching us? They got questions?
Yeah, nope, they good. They just listen to your information. That's good. But so they will. I mean, it's live. It's gonna be whatever. They're gonna be able to keep watching and refer people to this. Maybe you be like that white lady
So,
that going around talking about the taxes.
Oh my
People been sharing her stuff over and over again. And all she said is, "We're not gonna do anything illegal. What they're doing is illegal." She pretty much said.
oh
Like,
yeah, she was like, "You can get $10,000. I'm not going to get you $10,000." She couldn't even get out the bed to record the video. Like, come on, I'm up. Could y'all
just
please share
laying up
this video?
there.
Could y'all share this video? Have your people call. You go to www.badgertechservice.com. I'm fully dressed. I'm sitting up.
But you keep drinking out that cup. What's in your cup? Coffee?
It's just actually Kool-Aid.
magic juice.
Imagine you.
No, it ain't no magic juice today. It ain't that type of Kool-Aid.
That Kool-Aid would be nasty anyway.
I thank you guys for allowing me to come on your show and talk to the people about the taxes. I
What you like
appreciate that.
2 hours behind us? What you like 2 hours
Uh,
behind us? You 2 hours behind
yeah,
us?
it's 7.
Oh man, I need to jump back there. Start this back over.
No, because when you get here, you're gonna still be on Michigan time.
Yeah, you ain't gotta tell me. I was on Michigan time for about 2 or 3 months when I went to Alaska. It took me a long time to
Cause it was
adjust to your
dark in
timeline.
Alaska when it was daylight.
Yeah, and it was daylight when it was dark, and I'm like, what the world? I was confused. So you had to get a
Yeah.
dark room and everything. Yeah, so. But thank you again for coming. Don't act like you're not doing it, so you don't see.
You did not do it again. Can I text that?
Smile
You
for
keep
me.
farting in here.
My flyer. I want my next flyers. So I want you to change my flyers and put my man on there. It's his smile for me.
Who, Jebby? Oh my God. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a wrap. Thank you guys for watching the Intermix podcast.
It's a smile for me.
Okay.
Thank you guys again. Don't forget to watch it this Friday. Our man Jebby the Real is going to be hosting. I don't know what we're going to be talking about. It's going to be fun though. Don't forget to watch. Don't forget to watch. To comment, follow, like, and podcast life in the mix podcast and in the mix 4 group. So because we have comments and a lot of information that we post in those groups. We support a lot of black entrepreneurs, a lot of businesses, a lot of people, individual influencers, and everything. So it's just a group and groups for love and share love and to network and connect. So thank you guys again for watching this special. We thank you, Magic Tax Service, for coming on, giving us information and dialogue with us. We really do appreciate that. You didn't have to, and you giving out all of that information for free. And one thing we know about our people, they
That's
like free shit. So y'all
and
get
then
this
just
free information.
didn't mention. Look, something that I didn't mention. I hope they still on is that everybody that filed by February the 14th with me is getting entered into a drawing for a smart television, a 55-inch smart television delivered to your door. So you just get them W-2s to me by the 14th of February, and you enter into the drawing.
Yo, you got up to Valentine's Day.
How big is it? How big is the prize?
Yep, and we do a cash advance right now too, up to $7,000. So, if you need some cash, you can get some cash in your pockets.
We're giving away a whole 55 inches. Ooh.
Yeah, 55-inch TV delivered to your door to the
All
winner.
to one person? All 55 inches to one person.
Yeah, I'm sure one person can handle 55 inches of TV.
All right. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you guys for watching. www.magictechservice.com. Come holler at me.
Damn. Eat it.